Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Brima, live and in the flesh. I know you guys probably haven't seen me for like the past couple months. I've been so busy with theater, but I'm back now with a new video, and today I'm just gonna clean up my room because it's pretty messy and I'm gonna talk about my life. So yeah. Okay, peep the clear skin. My skin is like actually so nice for someone whose desk looks so like messy. But it's because I have a whole bunch of skincare products. So that's kind of why it looks like this. But yeah guys. So today guys, I wanted to talk to you about the importance of keeping things to yourself. And also kind of like following the rules, but basically keeping your plans to yourself and why like it can be dangerous if you don't. So fast forward to the beginning of this year, senior year, we had class officer like selection. So like basically like historian of class of 2025, class president, which I was not gonna run for because people don't know me that well at school. So guys, I signed up to be historian for class of 2025, and I'm thinking, okay, people know me through theater, so it's gonna be very easy for me to win. And the only other people that are running in this position is me, this girl that I used to be friends with that I no longer talk to, but we kind of had a little bit of tension between us. That'll be a story for another time. And then this girl that I don't even know. I don't even know who she is. Not gonna be a problem, right? But as I sign up, I have to sign this form that basically says, hey, so when you're running for this position, you cannot advertise your campaign on social media. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna do that, right? And you know, a few weeks go by, I'm getting candy, I'm making posters of myself, you know, running for this position, and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna win because I'm handing candy out at lunch, chips. People are like, okay, Brima, yeah, I've seen you in the musical, I've seen you in the play, I'm gonna vote for you, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna win, right? So as the campaign's going on and you know, I'm revving up my engine, I'm getting real comfortable because I know people are gonna vote for me. And I'm thinking, okay, I have this in the bag. Out of all the 3 people that are running for this position, I'm the most well-known. And basically, I get bored one day and I make a spam page. And on my spam, the first ever post I made was just some pictures I had, and one of the pictures just happened to be the campaign poster, which I was not supposed to do. So the campaign posters were like really genius, and I had 2 campaign posters, and one of them was something along the lines of like, I might not be a 6'4" dreadhead, but I can be your historian, vote Brima concert for class of 2025. Real funny stuff. And I think the other one was like, vote for Brima, I may play roles, but I don't play games, because you know, theater references, and people were eating it up. And I'm like, yeah, you know, please vote for me. The weeks go on, right? And I am in class one day telling people to vote for me, and I'm just, you know, chilling, relaxed. And then I just get a ding on my phone. And I look at the message. It's the woman who's running all of the class of 2025 running positions. And she basically texts me and she's like, Brima, we found a post that you made on social media with your poster. You can no longer run for class of 2025. You've been disqualified. You've been disqualified. You've been disqualified. I was like, what? And my heart starts pumping, boom, 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 boom. Because I've spent all of this money on campaign posters, and I spent all this time on campaign posters, and you're gonna sit here and tell me just like that, you're done? So I was like, oh crap, I need to come up with something so I can appeal this. So my silly self, I basically said, okay, can I appeal this in front of the principal? And basically my grade principal, she does not play games. She's very iron fist, you know, and I go up to her. Like, I get called into her office because I made an appeal. So I'm like, hey, you know, I actually, I I had the post on my spam page and like I put it in my drafts. I wasn't actually trying to post that thing. And then she's like, okay. And I'm like, yeah, basically what had happened was I was gonna put in my drafts for when I won because I wanted to like celebrate, but I accidentally posted it. Just bullshitting, y'all. I was just lying out my ass. And this woman was not falling for it. She was like, either way, you signed the form and you broke the rule and now you have to, and this is her like catchphrase, I guess. She's like, now you have to swallow your frog. And of course, I was playing it cool. I was like, yeah, thank you for listening to me. And I walk out the office and I'm like, fuck, like I've been knocked out the race. And I was so like ready to win, and well, it just didn't happen. So as I'm walking out the office, I'm thinking to myself, damn, I just had to swallow this really big L. And like, I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, if they found my social media page, which none of the staff members would even find, that means someone who I'm competing with went out of their trouble to find my social media page and like find my new spam and then report me. So they was doing their research on me. And automatically my brain goes to the girl who, I used to be friends with and we're not really friends anymore. That was one of the people I was competing with. So I was like, so it must be her. So I'm, texting all of my sources and, I'm speculating. I'm like, I text the girl's twin sister because me and her were still friends at that time. The twin sister's like, no. So I'm like, okay, the main person that I suspected could be capable of this is not even at school the day that, I got reported and disqualified. So I'm like, okay, but this other girl, I don't even know her. How could it be her? So, the days go by, and as it turns out, the girl who I don't talk to was the one who ended up winning the historian part. And, I wasn't mad that she won, but, I was like, damn, it really could have been me. It should have been me. And yeah, I was kind of bummed out about it. So a few days go by and I'm kind of, grieving the loss. And I get a text from this girl who knows I got disqualified. And me and her are kind of friends. We always say hi to each other. Hey, what's up? And she texts me and she's like, I know who snitched. Not even like, hey, I gotta tell you something, just, I know who snitched. I'm like, oh my gosh, right? Big bomb drop, Sherlock Holmes plot twist reveal time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, tell me. And then she's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, but please don't tell them I told you because they're my friends. So I'm like, uh-oh, okay, so she really, ratting her friends out. I'm like, damn. But that just tells you, like, when you're kind to people, they'll want to do things for you, even if they're not really, like, like, close with you. So always be kind. And she's like, this girl named Rosemary and this girl named Playbill. So basically, Playbill was the one who was running against me, and Rosemary was her friend, her mastermind friend. And I'm like, okay, damn. Mind you, Rosemary and Playbill are in an early college program that I literally, I'm not even in. So I'm like, okay, I don't even know these people. Why would they report me, right? So I'm like, okay, thank you for telling me. I find Playbill's Instagram, right? And Playbill is a loser. She has maybe I don't even know, less than 100 followers. And the crazy thing is, Playbill's Instagram profile picture is her at the museum that I filmed a commercial for. Bruh, you're a loser, bro. I'm a celebrity. Why are you trying to rat me out? Even though I did kind of break the rules. That's another thing. Don't break the rules, guys. I was pissed. I was riled. I had kind of gotten over it, but now I was given this new information on who was actually behind it, and it wasn't the girl that I thought it was. And it was a completely different person that I hadn't even seen. And the crazy thing was, I was gonna go up to Rosemary back when we were in the cafeteria and everyone was campaigning that day and say, hey, I'm gonna vote for you. And I didn't know that her and Playbill were behind my defeat at the time. And I was like, something in my spirit, I was making eye contact with her, and she was holding the poster like, hey, and she was looking at me, and she was like, looking at me. But something in my spirit told me not to go up to that girl. Now I know why. Always trust your intuition, always trust your gut. But basically, you know, I concoct this big ass paragraph, which I think I had to send like 2 paragraphs, or it was like 1 big paragraph and like a small chunk. And I don't really know what I said, but I think I have it somewhere. Let me go see. I actually don't have a screenshot of what I sent to her, the paragraph I sent, but I have a screenshot of what she said to me. But I'm gonna tell you what I said first. So, you know, I cooked her, and I made this big message, and I was like, hey, you know, I'm sorry that you didn't win either, because, you know, I didn't win because I got disqualified. She didn't win because no one knows her. And my former homegirl, she won, which I wasn't really mad at. And I was like, hey, you know, I'm sorry that you didn't win. And, you know, I cooked her. I said, maybe if you had spent more time working on boosting up your campaign instead of finding flaws in mine, you would have won. And, you know, I kind of got on her ass, and I did like a Sherlock Holmes reveal. I was like, I realized that it was you because the other girl who was running with us wasn't at school the day that I got reported. So, you know, obviously, you know, I really, you know, like I weaved her out for real. And then, you know, I'm waiting, and she sends me this big ass paragraph.
BAM! She got hit by a big ass truck. What?
Okay, guys, I pulled up the receipts, and I'm about to read what she said to me, and I'm gonna put it up like right here. Hi, thanks for the well wishes. I am truly sorry that it was so difficult for you to read the campaign acknowledgement form before you signed. But I know English isn't a strong subject for some. So it's totally okay. You're in theater, so I hope your reading skills were better. Sorry for assuming. Girl, I don't even know you. How do you know I'm in theater, bro? Have you came and seen my stuff? Did I not give you an autograph? Like, why are you... Okay. I'm really not upset that the girl that I used to be friends with won, because she seems like she has potential and knows how to read a simple page. Okay, maybe she clocked my tea a little bit, but like, come on now. A good trait to have for historian, don't you think? Like, she came up with this Disney-ass reply, y'all. It was so lame, y'all. Anyways, I'm so sorry you were disqualified, sweetheart. Girl. But maybe next time it will do you better to sincerely follow explicit instructions, right? It is truly how the real world works. Nevertheless, good luck on your future endeavors. Much love. Also, I'm including a picture of the form we signed before, if you would like to reference it. Girl, fuck out of here with that picture, bro. So obviously, you know, this girl, she kind of cooked me a little, no, just like a grain of rice, she cooked me. But like, I mean, yeah, I should have read the form. And that's like part of the lesson, is that like sometimes you just, even though you're excited to announce things and sort of show things that you're doing, everyone doesn't need to know. And that's pretty much what I wanted to like say today. So, you know, this girl, she's talking to me like I'm stupid. And I'm not gonna say what race she was, but you know, she was not white. She was, you know, okay. So, you know, this girl in this paragraph that she typed, she's basically treating me like I'm stupid. Oh, I'm so sorry that you couldn't read a simple paragraph, simple instructions, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay. You know, it felt kind of microaggression-like, because I go to a Black school, but we have the early college program, which is upstairs. So it's kind of like already like the downstairs people are the normal people, and the upstairs people, they're the early college gated community people. So, you know, it's already giving kind of classes, right? But they actually have I don't want to say slur, but they actually call us downstairs kids, which is kind of crazy to say, but it's a lot of Asian American students upstairs, like Asian people, Indian people, and then some Africans, and then some, you know, regular African Americans. But even the African American people, which are mainly the ones that I'm friends with, they've told me that, you know, like that particular friend group of, you know, Rosemary and Playbill and all the other people, you know, from their culture, they're kind of kind of posh, kind of mean. And, you know, it's already that layer of racism, but it's like, there's barely any white people in the early college program, but other people of color are looking down on black people. That doesn't really make sense. So, you know, it was kind of giving microaggression. It was kind of giving racist in the message that she sent me. And, you know, she's coming for me and being in theater, talking about some, maybe if you were in theater, you could read. So I was like, okay, this kind of pissed me off. So I had to make a group chat. And I now realize I kind of made the group chat before I actually made a group chat with two of my homeboys from theater, which, you know, they're straight guys, they're macho, they'll know how to like handle things. So I'm basically asking them for help to concoct a message to send back to this girl. And my homeboy, he was like, man, don't be scared of what that little hoe got to say. You know, he was kind of like defending me, you know, big brother shit. And I so appreciate that. And basically, you know, that's when I opened the message, and then that's when I had read what she said. But now I was like, guys, I need to come up with like a message to send back to her and, you know, kind of clock all of her tea. So, you know, I'm in the group chat with the homeboys and I'm like, yo, what do I say? You know, we gotta get on her ass. And like, you know, that's when my homeboys, they kind of wrote up their own thing, and then I wrote up my own thing, and then I kind of just weaved all three of them together. So here's what I said back. And I said, excuse me, I love the little microaggressions you've sprinkled throughout this message about my reading comprehension. Meanwhile, I'm in the top 5% of our class. I'm actually in like the top 7%, but shh. I know some of the early college kids look down on the black students who aren't in the early college program and have even coined the term downstairs kids. So I'm not surprised you'd stoop that low. Did I kind of pull the race card? Maybe a little bit, but like, I mean, come on now. I did read the form, and because few people follow my spam, I didn't think I'd have new fans lurking on my page, but here we are. You were obviously so intimidated by how well known I am for my talent as an actor that you, instead of putting in effort, i.e. making posters, passing out candy, or maybe trying to scrape together some votas, took the cheap route and told on me. Maybe if you had focused on doing well in your campaign instead of finding faults in mine, you would have won. Damn. Please hold on to your good luck because it seems like you'll need it. I have God on my side and he's all I need. The future endeavors are definitely endeavoring. Thanks, exclamation mark. So I kind of ate her ass up, I'm not gonna lie. But like, you know, after that, I was like, thank you to the homeboys, because, you know, they're always there for me. And I took a nap in true Brima fashion. I read a bitch and then I took a nap. So I woke up from my nap and I'm seeing like 3 new notification icons from this girl. So obviously, you know, I kind of pressed her, I kind of cooked her, but I was like, you know what, bitch, I'm over it. I already said what I had to say. I already revealed that I know it was her who did it. I just kind of deleted her chat and I think I blocked her, and I blocked the homegirl that helped her too. Because honestly, if you ask me, Rosemary was just as like crazy as the girl Playbill who reported me, because Rosemary was probably the one who was like orchestrating the whole thing. And, you know, she was like, yeah, you need to report him. Because if you ask me, Playbill doesn't really seem like she's the smart one out of the two of them. And like, Rosemary, she ran for, I think, like secretary. She ended up winning. So your homegirl basically said, oh yeah, go do that. And, you know, she didn't win, but you ended up winning. That's kind of fake to me, bro. Like, damn. So, you know, fast forward, and I'm kind of over it. And I joined this program, which is like a volunteering program. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm gonna do this because I need volunteering hours, you know, just to look good on my college resume and all of that stuff. And I do this program, and the first volunteering session, guess who's there? Not Playbill, who reported me, but Rosemary, her friend. So I'm like, okay, you know, damn, you know, I'm seeing these people in another space, and I really don't want the drama that happened with us to come into this space. So the first like major session we've had in the YIP program, and it's like, you know, a whole bunch of high school students, but it's in different groups. So she was at a different team. I was team 5, but I would just like, you know, I didn't want to have any kind of tension that would come up. What did I go do? Well, I saw them all, like 2 of them with this other girl that they're friends with in the hallway, and I went up to them and I'm like, hey, are you blah blah blah? You're in the program, right? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, hi, I just wanted to say hello. You know, I know we had that situation at the beginning of the year, so that was kind of my way of saying I found out. But like, I know Rosemary must have been shaking in her boots, because how else would I know that she did it? So, you know, there was that. And it's crazy because I told you, they on that Disney Channel shit. As I'm saying, yeah, and you're Playbill, right? And she's like, yeah, it's actually pronounced Plabil, you know, just bitch was crazy. And basically, you know, I'm like, okay, I know we had that situation at the beginning of the year, but, you know, I just wanted to come and say hi, since we're both representing our school, you know, being the bigger person, squashing the beef. And she's like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I walk away. And then this bitch, the bitch, Rosemary, she does the most Disney Channel shit. She was like, nice talking to you, bye. And I'm just like, child, we're about to be adults, bro. We're literally about to be adults. What are you doing that for? What was the point? And, you know, it felt good to kind of have that over with from my end, and like to know that I don't really have issues with anyone. So, you know, the program goes on, and I actually ended up never ever interacting with Rosemary in the program, but I was just worried that if I did, you know, stuff would come up, and I wanted to kind of just like get rid of that. So that's really what I did. And yeah, but I guess the valuable lesson I learned from that was that, like, everyone, you don't need to announce your good news to everyone, because everyone is not rooting for you, and people that don't even know you aren't rooting for you either. So you have to be very, very careful with who you choose to say things to. And I learned that. And of course, like, did I want to learn it that way? Definitely not. I learned that valuable lesson, and it was rough, but it needed to be learned. And I feel like that was a very important lesson for me to learn right before college applications and before I got accepted into the program that I did for college. And like, during that whole college audition process, I never told anyone really, like, oh yeah, I'm getting into this school. And lo and behold, I got accepted into the school. So yeah, guys, that's kind of like the lesson for today. I still have to clean up my room, but I just want to say, sometimes it's okay to keep things to yourself, especially your good news, and only tell people that you trust your good news. Don't put it out on social media, because you don't know who's watching, who's gonna tell who's gonna try to pull what strings to have your stuff messed up for you. It's good to be private about things. So the lesson of the day, guys, privacy. Thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna do another video where I kind of do like a go out with me, but you know, to look for new plants. And yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.